4th of July parade.
It's great to be here again with you, Karen.
You too, Jeff. I'm so excited. We can hear the motorcycles coming up the road, and that means the parade is starting.
Yep, Karen, we've had this parade for over 25 years now.
That's hard to believe, and I know the past couple of years
We've been
we've
out.
had a little hiatus because of COVID, but we are back, and there are plenty of entries.
Absolutely. I think we've got almost 100, if not over 100.
I think you're right. So you're going to see bands, fire trucks,
The police.
car.
We've even got a battleship.
And I've heard rumor that even Santa Claus is in this parade.
Santa's checking on his folks all year long.
Yes, he is. And he just wants to stop by. Even though we're in July, he is coming to this parade.
He's vacationing.
It is. And this
It's
parade's
a working
pretty
vacation.
big deal.
It's a working vacation
Exactly.
for him. We're looking forward to having festivities in the park after the parade breaks up. We've been in the park for over 40 years.
Yes, absolutely.
They've got paddle boats, petting zoo, pony rides.
A band.
Oh, the band's going to be playing all afternoon
I'm
long.
excited about the band and, of course,
Food.
Chick-fil-A. Food. Kettle corn, which is sort of my weakness.
Absolutely.
But
we've
as
got
you can see,
a
we
great
have,
crowd
yes,
forming.
great
Yeah.
crowd. The kids are excited. We even have some furry friends out there excited.
Absolutely, and I love all the red, white, and blue.
Everybody is patriotic today.
Happy birthday, America.
Coming up the street is the police.
Your microphone. To your mouth. And there's the police.
And the
Good
primary
morning and welcome to the
function
4th of
is
July
the handling
Independence Day
of
Parade.
escorts for dignitaries,
celebration is
funerals,
presented by
wide loads,
Chesapeake
and
Regional
house moving, and of
Healthcare
course,
and hosted
parades
jointly
and
by
other
the South
special
Norfolk Civic
events.
League and
We're
Chesapeake
looking at the
Parks
Chesapeake
Recreation
Police
Tourism.
Motorcycle Unit.
Welcome.
And they're followed by the police honor guard.
Was adopted by
And the Honor Guard serves as official representative for the police department and the chief of police. The unit will participate in any event organized by the chief, including funeral services, memorial services, parades, escorts, and flag presentations and honors.
among these are life, liberty, pursuit, happiness.
They got those colors proudly waving.
Yes.
Got a nice crowd along the streets.
Yes, we do, and it's a beautiful day.
Absolutely. Got a lot of little breeze going on.
Crowd's excited.
And following the police is the South Norfolk Civic League banner, which is carried by Toby and Derek Elkins. The Civic League helped sponsor this along with the city of Chesapeake, and one of our regional sponsors is Chesapeake Regional Hospital.
Our first unit out of 99 units is the Sheriff's Honor Guard. Welcome to the Sheriff's Honor Guard.
Everyone's applauding.
Everybody's ready for this parade to get here.
Yes.
They've been waiting patiently.
And the route was a little different this year.
Yes.
So it started in front of 4 Kids on Point Extra Street, and we're
down to
outside
Chesapeake
of
Avenue.
Truett. Yes.
Then turned down Chesapeake Drive, and the new leg is down Rogers Street, down past Truett.
And of course, it'll end by the park, so everyone can start the festivities after the parade.
Got the sheriff and sheriff's guys in there with the police motorcade.
So what kind of bikes are they?
Harleys.
That's, of course.
It actually looks like there's a gold wing in there
Yeah.
too.
And some sirens for the kids.
Ah, that gets the kids going. There we go.
Waving at the kids. The official start
There you
of the
go,
parade.
revving those engines. They're BMWs, they're not gold wig.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the Sheriff's Honor Guard.
And coming up behind the Civic League, you can see the Cape Henry Model A Ford Club.
Cape Henry Model A Ford Club was established in 1978. Its 120 plus members from Virginia and North Carolina are dedicated to the restoration, preservation, and display of the Model A Ford. Introduced in 1928, the Model A replaced the famous Model T. During a production run that lasted from 1928 through 1931, approximately 5.1 million Model A Fords were manufactured, many of them right at the Ford assembly plant in Norfolk. Its functional styling, innovative design, and dependable operation gained immediate popularity. The vehicles in the parade are examples of the various body styles offered in that 4-year period.
I'm always so impressed with how well kept they are and maintained.
And each one's privately owned. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears in the restoring.
Definitely. But they look like they're a lot of fun to drive. You can hear the horns.
They do. They're in great shape.
Mm-hmm.
And we enjoy having them every year.
Okay, and here's an old-fashioned fire truck coming up. It looks like Sparky is on top.
Got a big old Sparky. And we've got Mayor Rick West
And
and his wife Vicki.
Mayor West served the city of Chesapeake as a council member since 2008. He was elected as vice mayor in 2016 and was elected to his first term as our city's mayor in May 2018. He's a lifelong resident of Chesapeake.
And there we've got Vice Mayor John Dietrich following him with his wife Carol. Council member Dietrich was elected in 1994 to City Council.
And he is followed by Congressman Bobby Scott, who represents the 3rd Congressional District of Virginia. Waving to the crowd.
And there we have State Senator Lionel Spruill, who's represented the city of Chesapeake for over 40 years. He served on Planning Commission, City Council, House of Delegates, and now in the State Senate of Virginia. Senator Spruill always puts people first and loves his hometown of South Norfolk and Chesapeake.
And he has a great crowd with him.
Looks like he's got his granddaughter up there too. Got some dedicated folks behind him. My grandchildren.
And Louise Lucas, President pro tempore of the Senate of Virginia, representing the 18th District. Looks like she's got a blimp there with her.
There's Senator Lucas. Got her umbrella.
She does. She is ready for this sunny day.
That's right.
Following Delegate Hayes is our honor guard. Thank you for your service.
Looks like she's enjoying herself.
Yes.
And following her is Delegate Cliff Hayes. He's joined by his wife Keisha and their daughters Felicia and Tanisha. Delegate Hayes is raised in South Norfolk and graduated from Oscar Smith High School. He served on City Council for 8 years and now represents us in the Virginia House of Delegates, 77th District. There's Delegate Hayes.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful day to be in a convertible.
Absolutely.
And following Delegate Hayes is the Sheriff Jim O'Sullivan in the Sheriff's
Color guard.
Honor Guard. Sheriff O'Sullivan was first sworn in as sheriff in 1992.
Looks like the motorcycles are having a ball.
Oh, I know. That's pretty impressive how they can make such a tight turn like that. You think they've been
They're putting on a
practicing?
show. And there's Sheriff Jim O'Sullivan.
Yep. Sheriff waving to the crowd. And the sheriff's office does so much for the community.
Yeah, he does. It looks like he's trying to sell a car, too. And he's followed by Commonwealth's attorney, Matt Hamill. His office is responsible for prosecuting all felony, driving under the influence cases, and many other misdemeanor criminal cases in the city. Mr. Hamill is commander in the Navy Reserves and an Iraq War veteran. He's accompanied by his wife, Karen, and their children.
I really like his wife's name.
Karen?
Yes.
I wonder why.
Coming up, Alan Krasnov, clerk of Circuit Court. You can see him there in the red pickup truck.
Absolutely. As usual, he's having a discussion with somebody.
I'm sure it's a pleasant one.
Absolutely.
Chesapeake City Clerk of Circuit Court, Alan Krasnov, has a long 37-year history of public service within the community. He got his start in Chesapeake's Juvenile Advisory Board.
Always.
Look at him go there. And he went on to serve as City Council in 1990. He also served as mayor of our fine city from 2008 to 2017.
I think he's still got plenty of mayor in him.
I think so.
And he's followed by Commissioner of the Revenue, Victoria Prophet. She was elected in November 2021. She took office 2022 in January. Victoria was previously the Chesapeake School Board Chairman, where she served for 10 years.
And she is followed by General Registrar and Director of Elections. South Norfolk's own Mary Lynn Pinkerman is the Chesapeake General Registrar and Director of Elections. She is a graduate of Oscar Smith High School, Virginia Tech, and received her certification as an Elections and Registration Administrator through the Elections Center in Auburn University. Mary Lynn is accompanied by her husband, Chris, and their children, Cody and Alexis.
Retired from Portland School System after 35 years. She's a member of the Women's Club of South Norfolk, Chesapeake Rotary Club.
That Jeep is decked out.
Yes.
Many other organizations.
Let's roll.
And she's followed by Dr. Ella Ward, who's faithfully served the citizens of Chesapeake as a city council member for 16 years. She served previously to that on the school board for 6 years. She's been a member of the House Roads Planning District Commission and Hampton Roads Transportation Planning Organization for over 14 years.
Coming up behind Dr. Ward is Susan Vitale, councilwoman. Susan Vitale took office on July 1, 2018. Susan received her commission in the United States Navy upon graduation from college and served numerous tours of duty as an intelligence officer, both at sea and ashore, while based in northern and coastal Virginia. She retired after 26 years of naval service, choosing Chesapeake as her permanent home. In addition to her council position, she works for Microsoft Corporation and is responsible for an enterprise services business supporting numerous federal government agencies and international organizations.
And she's followed by Council Member Stephen Best, who's raised in Deep Creek and began his public service in Chesapeake at the age of 16 as a volunteer firefighter with the Chesapeake Fire Department. And followed by
Don Carey, Councilmember Carey, former NFL celebrated athlete. He played safety for the Jacksonville Jaguars and Detroit Lions. He is accompanied by his lovely wife, Lakeisha. The Carey family wishes everyone a happy 4th of July.
And there's Councilmember Dwight Parker. Dwight served our city on council for 19 years. He retired from Chesapeake Public Schools as a history teacher, social studies teacher after 44 years.
And he's followed by Dr. Patricia King. She is a physician who has practiced in Chesapeake for 26 years and is serving on the Chesapeake School Board.
And is currently running for City Council. And now Chesapeake Police Chief Kevin Wright.
Kelvin Wright. After an outstanding 40 years with the police department, the last 14 years as Chief of Police, Chief Wright is retiring August 1st. We congratulate him on his retirement, and he will be missed.
Yes, he will. And there's one of the first police cars in the city.
Straight up from Mayberry.
Absolutely. Followed by the SWAT unit. We do not want to have the SWAT unit showing up at the door. That's their Bearcat.
It's a police SWAT team.
That shows up at your house, you got trouble.
Yeah, you do. But it's good to see them if you need them, for sure.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if you've ever had an opportunity to check out the inside, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I try to stay out of the inside of police vehicles.
It's quite impressive, all the different units that they have that the police department has. And, of course, we have the recruiting team here. Chesapeake Police Recruiting is led by Master Police Recruiter Officer D.R. Foster, who is primarily responsible for recruiting new and experienced police officers to join the force. They are currently hiring certified police officers to join ASAP and police officer trainee applicants for their March 2023 Police Academy.
Along with the K-9 unit and the Chesapeake Fire Chief, Edmund Elliott.
Yes, Chief Elliott, leading a department of more than 450 members of the Chesapeake Fire Department. And you can see he is followed by
he's got the ambulance.
An entourage here.
Then he's got the engines behind him.
One of the favorite parts of a parade, especially if you're a child, little kid, seeing the police cars, the fire trucks, the sirens.
They got Battalion 1. And Engine 2. Oh, there's my favorite, the hook and ladder.
Yes. That, you have to have someone to drive the back of the vehicle. It's so long.
Absolutely.
But it's pretty cool to look at.
And amazing they can maneuver the tight streets.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your service.
And they're followed by Chesapeake VFW Post 2894. They're all-state, all-American Chesapeake VF Post 2894. Their mission is to honor the fallen by helping the living. thank them for their service.
Yes, we do.
As the sign says, freedom is not free. It's paid with the blood of patriots.
Kids works to break the cycle of homelessness and poverty for families and children, and is the central point of contact for persons experiencing a housing crisis near Hampton Road.
VFW has a
We thank them again for their service.
absolutely.
Families, including 870 children daily. The kids enjoy the day by presenting music group and provide music lessons for all of the population. Thank you.
And they've got their car decorated. This car coming up behind, I'm not sure what that is, but
That
that's
bucket,
it's pretty cool.
I take it. Car club.
I'm guessing that's Betty because the license plate says I'm
I'm
Betty.
Betty. He doesn't look like Betty.
But you know.
Oscar Smith High School are excitedly back at the South Norfolk
Maybe it's
4th of
short for
July
Betsy
parade.
Ross.
This is for kids and crescendo music group.
With staff members, Mrs. Erin Clements,
Okay, 4Kids works to break the cycle of homelessness and poverty for families and children and is a central point of contact for persons experiencing a housing crisis throughout Hampton Roads.
the AMT placed highly in several competitions.
Here you go, Karen. What every grade needs, the band.
That's right.
The Marching Tigers. The mighty Marching Tigers of Oscar Smith are excited to be back in the South Norfolk 4th of July parade. The mighty Tigers are under the direction of Mr. Ben Glosser and staff members Aaron Clements, Betsy Bain, Sarah Wong, Baham Davis, Derek Johnson, and Jessica Glosser. Let's listen to the band. That Oscar Smith fight song, we've heard that a few times.
One of my favorite parts is the band.
Yep, I'm a former Marching Tiger. Clarinet, that was me.
Oh no, we have some shy
Oh,
guys here.
that's our Grand Marshal. The Grand Marshal Oscar Smith High School football team. Two-time state champion and ready to defend again.
That's
These
an
Tigers-
accomplished feat.
Yeah, these Tigers went back to back in 2020 and 2021. They'd like to get you to come out and support them on August the 26th as they take on the Deep Creek Hornets. The Tigers are coached by Coach Chris Scott and his team of coaches.
And an honorary Grand Marshal, John Phelps, owner of South Norfolk Martial Arts. John Phelps founded and has owned South Norfolk Martial Arts and after-school care since 2011. It is a family-friendly business located at 245 Brainridge Boulevard in Chesapeake.
There he's got his guys from the dojo.
In 2013, John earned the rank of Master 5th Degree Black Belt in Taekwondo. He began taking martial arts in 1995 with a sun mark at Grant's Family Martial Arts, where he became an instructor in 2000. His favorite part of teaching is watching the students grow in self-awareness, both physically and mentally. John retired from the civic service after 37 years, working at Norfolk Naval Shipyard at age 23. John was born and raised in South Norfolk and graduated from Oscar Smith in '73. He is a husband, a father of 4, and grandfather of 4. When not at South Norfolk Martial Arts, John enjoys spending time with his family.
Now that one's got the right idea, taking a ride.
There you go.
South Norfolk Martial Arts offers offer after-school care.
Boots on the ground, serving all over Chesapeake to senior communities. They also
Their goal is to
received a
build a
large
stronger
grant
community,
from the
one
city of
student at a
Chesapeake
time.
to
Their ages range from
practically
4 years old and
contribute
up.
to the community.
Boots
And
on the ground.
boots on the ground. Buffalo Family and Friends Community Days established in 2010 by Nichelle Buffalo and her mother, Delina Buffalo. They're a family-oriented organization diminishing hunger by providing fresh fruits to individuals and families in need, which promotes healthy communities throughout Chesapeake as well as everyday essential items. Boots on the ground serving all over Chesapeake to senior communities. What a wonderful, wonderful
Nichelle
group.
does a lot of good work throughout
She
the community. She
absolutely
always
does.
sees a need and meets it.
She is one busy lady.
Yes, she is.
On Ohio Street, they are celebrating 99 years of masonry and community involvement.
And behind them is the South Norfolk Masonic Lodge, number 339, Ancient, Free, and Accepted Masons. South Norfolk Masonic Lodge 339 is proud to be part of the fabric of South Norfolk's rich history. Chartered in 1923 and located on Ohio Street, we are celebrating 99 years of masonry and community involvement. They're excited that they'll be celebrating their 100th year anniversary in 2023 and look forward to many more years in South Norfolk. Welcome to the parade, my brothers.
We also have the Chesapeake Public Library. Drop into one of Chesapeake's public library's 7 locations soon. You'll discover great materials, services, and experiences too. Check out a bestseller.
They're followed by the Ruitons with President Stan Forbes. The Ruitons do a lot of good work in it.
Yes, they do.
Stan's also a member of the Masonic Lodge.
Oh, okay. They're followed by South Norfolk Ruinton past president Gary Burnett, driven by Mike Cantrell.
Pastors are Reverend Charles Hughes and Associate Pastor Reverend Close.
Chesapeake
And
Public Library.
Chesapeake Public Library.
They want you to drop into the library's 7 locations. You'll discover great materials, services, and experiences too. Check out the bestsellers, watch an award-winning online film, Canopy, download an ebook from the Overdrive.
You've had a chance to check out the library. It's quite impressive.
It is. They've done a nice job.
A local South Norfolk home repair business, licensed and assured. Call Scotty G for all your home improvement needs.
So you think there were a lot of folks washing their vehicles yesterday, getting ready for the
Absolutely.
parade because they're all shiny and festive.
Absolutely.
Tell you, that's the way to go too.
Well, they got the fans going. And that's Regine Church of God. They're located on the corner of Jackson and Jefferson Street, and they've been a Church of God for over 55 years. They're led by pastors Reverend Charles Hughes and Associate Pastor Reverend Phyllis Belanger.
Outstanding team, Sarah Carter, is proud to have brought the social impact initiative to the Miss Virginia stage, finishing in the top 20. She encourages you to check in with your military connected friends today and every day. Following that is the Youth Virginia Regiment. The Youth Virginia Regiment is a living history reenactment group.
Miss Virginia Beach's outstanding team.
They are a nonprofit, public charity.
Sarah Carter, a lifelong military brat, Grassfield senior.
1700s in many different
Miss Virginia
capacities.
Beach's outstanding teen is proud to have her social impact initiative to this Miss Virginia stage. Then we've got the Youth Virginia Regiment. They're a living history reenactment group. They're ambassadors of the 18th century American history.
Our main
They're a
goal is
nonprofit
supporting children's hospitals
501c3
for
public
children.
charity. The youth
Medically treating
range,
children
boys and
with
girls range
autism
from
with
8 to
families with
18
ability to
and their
pay.
families. And
Director of the
they were
Board
out
of
at the
Children, David
Chesapeake
Wilson,
Waterway
and
Museum
Assistant
this
Director
weekend.
Local Joe Harris.
And their costumes look very realistic.
Absolutely.
Following up behind is the Khedive Shrine Center. Khedive Shrine Center has been in existence for over 100 years. Our main goal is supporting Shriners Hospitals for Children, medically treating children regardless of the family's ability to pay.
And they do all kinds of
Happy
great work.
holidays to you. Happy
They
4th of
do.
July.
They'll
Thank you
provide
for
the
being down here.
transportation and everything. No expense whatsoever to the families. There's my buddy Dick.
I think you know a few of these
I
fellows.
do. I do.
Hillbilly, Walk and Ride, Director Mark Halderan.
They're brothers all. You got to be a Mason to be a Shriner. So. There's my buddy Kenny. He helps get folks back and
Coming at you for the kids, always for the kids.
always for the kids.
That's so great.
Welcome to the Hillbillies. They are followed by the Arab Patrol.
They raise a lot of money so they can transport those children. Some are even flown.
And to take that burden off the families is such a huge thing.
And here come the hillbillies.
Crowd favorite, the Hillbillies.
Always.
Live music.
Absolutely. Old Rocky Top been through many a parade.
How fun. I have to
Followed by
confess my personal
Yeah.
favorite is
The mini 18-wheeler?
Yes.
All right. You know, each one of these guys owns and operates their own vehicle at their own expense.
Wow.
And they do it free of charge for the children.
That's so great. Maybe
They've
I can talk nicely and get a ride in one of those.
Absolutely. They've always got a record, though.
No.
Oh, the clown unit.
And here we have a clown here.
Clown unit directors Danny Obsana. And the carts, the scooter patrol. Scooter patrol is captained by Dennis Barrara.
Now that looks like a fun ride as well.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Followed by the band, Khedive Band.
It's quite an organization.
Absolutely.
We're going to hear a song?
Here we go.
Yes. Stand by me.
Absolutely. And the fire brigade. The fire brigade, that's an old one. And the Jeep patrol.
Now that's a nice Jeep.
Yes, sir. The Jeep patrol is captained by Bill Bickle. Ah, the swashbucklers.
Yeah.
A kid's favorite. Mine, too.
Oh, yeah. Pirates.
R, matey.
That's pretty impressive pirate imitation.
I told you. Somebody's invoking the name of Jack Sparrow back here.
What fun. It looks like they're having a great time.
Yes, they are. Followed by the barge. Swashbuckler barge.
Well,
They got more swashbucklers than they can get on the ship.
I
They
think
got to
so.
have a barge. And they're followed by the Chevys.
Oh, yes.
The mini Camaros, the Chevys. Oh, let's have some fun. They got
yes.
Corvettes,
Camaros.
Corvettes, Camaros. These guys have a lot of fun.
Oh, it looks like a lot of fun.
But it's a little tight on the street for them to do their maneuvers. And the Khedive
Come the golf carts. Who doesn't love a golf cart? So much fun.
The Khedive carts are captained by illustrious past potentate Woody Brown.
Looks like Norfolk Naval Shipyard, predicting our country by almost a decade. Norfolk Naval Shipyard turned 255 years old on November 1st, 2022. This is a highly detailed replica of the battleship USS Alabama, which was built by Norfolk Naval Shipyard during World War II.
That battleship now is down berthed in Mobile, Alabama. Now we've got the Albemarle Antique Power Association. 42 members of the group restore, maintain tractors, equipment, and demonstrate their purpose of an earlier time in agricultural history throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia and North Carolina. There's some old tractors in there. Looks like some of the drivers are about as old as those tractors, too.
Love seeing the flag on these vehicles.
Absolutely.
So patriotic.
Everybody's waving the colors.
Here we have the Philippine Cultural Center of Virginia. It's a hub of civic and religious functions for the approximately 40,000 Filipino Americans of Hampton Roads. Miss Philifest 2021, Brianna Hogago, Court, Marissa Martinez, Reagan Leeson, Miss Polyfest 2021, Ariana Medina, Court, Isabella Dano Walking, R, Halo, and I hope I pronounce their names okay. I apologize if I don't. Kahina Laney, performing traditional hula and Tahitian dances.
Oh, look at there. Got the Hampton Roads Jeep family. It's created for those who wanted to have four-wheeling experiences as a family-friendly thing. They do food drives, charity runs, birthday drives for kids. Their motto, no Jeep left behind. Some nice Jeeps. Great day to have the top off and the doors off.
Yes, it is, and I see some bubbles coming out of these Jeeps.
Looks like they like to have some fun.
It is a beautiful day for the parade, I will say. Today has been just gorgeous.
Those bubbles are filling the air.
Yes, they are.
He said you can't throw candy, but you can certainly blow bubbles.
That's right. Bubbles are always fun.
Leaders, Steel, Stilettos, and Friends.
There's some
Oh,
of
there
the
you
folks having
go.
fun. They've gotten some of the candy.
Yes, she brought her own.
Then they're followed by the Military Vehicle Preservation of Tidewater. Since 1992, the Military Vehicle Preservation Society of Tidewater has been actively dedicated to the preservation of historic military vehicles from every conflict since World War I to the present day. They pay tribute to the service of men and women who operate them. Each vehicle is independently owned and operated. Look at the Jeep.
Hey, I think we hear them before we see them.
Oh, yeah.
Local motorcyclists who like to do great things in the 757.
That's a nice bike. They like to help.
So this
trash
group does trash clean, save the bay, bikes for tykes, and lots more. Save a life and look both ways.
Absolutely.
Which is good advice when you're riding a motorcycle or see a motorcycle.
Absolutely. And they're followed by the Roar 22 passenger motor coach from the City of Chesapeake Parks and Recreation and Tourism under the direction of Mike Barber in their 22 passenger motor coach with members of the department's 22 senior clubs and members of the High Steppers Red Hat Society led by Queen Pearl Lennox. These clubs have 40 plus years of history with 800 plus active members.
Here comes the Hampton Roads Composite Squadron. Established in 1941, Civil Air Patrol is the official auxiliary of the U.S. Air Force. In its auxiliary role, CAP performs about 90% of continental U.S. inland search and rescue missions as tasked by the Air Force Rescue Coordination Center. The CAP was credited with saving 130 lives in 2020 alone.
The Composite Squadron plays a critical role in local aerospace and STEM education, as well as serving as mentors to young people throughout its candidates program. And they're followed by the new Chesapeake Men for Progress. They were established in 2012. They were established to provide leadership in Chesapeake in matters when needed in civic, political, moral, social, and religious. They strive to safeguard personal and civil rights of Chesapeake citizens. President Clifton Randolph is the president, and the Chesapeake Men for Progress, Al Alexander, chairman.
I think we've had close to 100, or it will be when it's all said and done.
There's some of them.
Oh, I love to see the kids all dressed in patriotic
Absolutely.
outfits.
The parade's still coming.
It is still coming. Like I said, I believe we have close to 100 entries in this year's parade. And just a reminder, after the parade, there will be festivities
in the park all afternoon. Are we going to find you out there on the paddle boats?
You're going to find me on the paddle boats maybe after I hit a couple food booths there.
I'm going to be at the petting zoo with my grandkids.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I don't know. Have you heard that they're funnel cakes? That's sort of a big deal. I know there's kettle corn.
Kettle
that's
corn.
It. That's good.
Not sure about the funnel cakes.
And as the parade comes on by, who do we have coming up next?
They're having a good time.
They are.
Glam Kids School of Performing Arts. They're known as the Heartbeat of Portsmouth in Portsmouth, Virginia, established in 2014.
So it looks like we just passed the Virginia Assassins. Yeah. Nonprofit sports and mentoring organization founded in November 2021. The organization's mission is to give an athletic program and support system to the youth in our community. This past spring football season, the Virginia Assassins started off strong by becoming spring champs.
There,
Congratulations.
there's our Glam Kids.
Congratulations. Good job.
Glam Kids was established in 2014 under the direction of Keisha Hall Martin and Darlene Perry, Coach Trey and Coach Bean, with the purpose of growing, leading, and motivating kids, engaging in a daily life of dance. We show up, then we show out.
And they showed up today, full of spirit.
Absolutely.
Terry Namcounty. Dr. Namcounty and his wife Jasmine is the congressional GOP nominee for the 3rd Congressional District. He is a retired Air Force
There's the Glam Kids.
Yeah.
and not a politician. Welcome.
Oh, they're dancing their way down the street.
Yes, they are.
He also served in the London School of the Arts and
And they're followed by Dr. Terry Namkung and his wife Jasmine. He's the 3rd Congressional GOP nominee, retired Air Force veteran, and business leader.
Looks like coming up is Jeff Bunn, candidate for Chesapeake Council. He's a candidate for the council and has served on Chesapeake School Board from 2006 through 2020. He also served on the Governor's School of the Arts. He's retired from the city of Chesapeake after serving more than 37 years.
Jeff's having fun.
Yes, he is.
And he's followed by Baxter Ennis, a candidate for City Council. He's a 21-year Army veteran who served 2 combat tours with the 82nd Airborne. He retired after 21 years as a lieutenant colonel. He's a community leader who serves on the Chesapeake Hospital Authority Board.
And
And
he's
a-
followed by Daniel Whitaker, who is also a candidate for City Council endorsed by the Chesapeake GOP. Daniel is a lifelong resident of Chesapeake and graduate of Oscar Smith High School class of '94.
Go
He's
Tigers.
president, D2W Electric Incorporated, which proudly serves both Southside Hampton Roads and Northeast North Carolina.
And he's followed by Les Smith, a counsel for City Council. He's a native of Chesapeake and a retired deputy sheriff who plans to support the needs of all of Chesapeake.
And Santeria Brown Yearling is candidate running for Chesapeake City Council in November 2022 election.
Counselor at Oscar Smith High School. During her years serving the South Norfolk community, she sponsored.
There's some of the crowd enjoying the shade.
They are. I will give, look, and they're personal service. They're getting
I'm telling you.
fanned. She can come over here if she like, right?
Doesn't
And give us
wouldn't
just
bother
fan
me
us.
at all. But we've been blessed. We've had a nice breeze blowing
We
all
have.
that. all
I
morning.
shouldn't complain. We're under.
Oh.
We have shade.
Look who we got, Miss Brenda. She's a former school board member and she's a candidate for school board this year. Brenda served on the Chesapeake School Board from 2004 to 2012, but she didn't stop serving. She just moved to different locations. Miss Brenda loves the children. She's going from side to side.
Yes, she is.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, Miss Brenda. She's handing out books.
Give them to the children.
Oh, that's great. She's handing out books for children.
Pass them out to all your scout friends. Go. Pass them out to all your friends. Make sure Bella gets one.
There we go. She's followed by Malia Huddle for school board. Malia Huddle worked in the public education for over 35 years. 29 of those years were spent as a counselor at Oscar Smith High School. During her years serving the South Norfolk community, she sponsored Keyettes, Key Club, Pals for Peers, and coordinated the first 5 post-prom parties at the old building. She now wants to focus her time and energy and talent serving all of the Chesapeake students as a member of the school board. There's,
And we have Dr. Shirley Augustus.
yeah.
Chesapeake's very own Dr. Shirley grew up in Camelot and graduated from Deep Creek High School. She was a teacher and school principal, and now she wants to represent you on the school board. Vote November 8th.
Norman Poole, retired paramedic and
There's the Old Dominion Historical Society, Historical Fire Society, with Amanda Newens. She's a fresh face with a passion for service running for city council. She's a former prosecutor. She's committed to making Chesapeake a safe and thriving place for everyone.
And following is Blazing Buckshot Bloom School Board, School Board, is a graduate of Deep Creek High School, running for school board this November.
former PTA president, healthcare professional. She believes the local environment is crucial to the successful children, teachers, and schools of the nation. Amanda Dean is a Chesapeake native and mother of two violence for action.
And Kim Scott for school board. Another candidate for school
Yes. Wife of 17 years, mom to 4 kids, 2 of which are currently enrolled in Chesapeake Public Schools, a former PTA president and healthcare professional.
She's followed by Amanda Dean for school board. She's a native and mother of 2 who has a bias for action. Amanda's running for Chesapeake School Board this November and is committed to getting our schools back to the basics, focusing on cultivating a learning environment rooting in high standards because our children deserve it.
Proud wife, mom, and former CPS teacher and administrator. With her experience, she understands firsthand how decisions at the school board
She's
level
got her children up there with her.
higher educational community and understands the importance of fostering strong.
And here we have Mike Lamania. He's a retired special agent from the Department of Homeland Security, a community leader, and father of 4 in Chesapeake schools. Mike was recently appointed by Governor Youngkin to chair Virginia's Human Trafficking Commission and will continue to serve with strong experience and thoughtful leadership.
Happy 4th of July to Sandra and Mrs. Claus. They were ready to take a small trip to the North Pole, and Mrs. Claus
Mike looks like he's having fun.
Yeah.
born in the southern part of the North Pole. She and Sandra
Followed by Dr. Brittany Walker for Chesapeake School Board. She's a proud wife, mom, and former Chesapeake Public School teacher and administrator. With her experience, she understands firsthand how decisions at the school board level impact our entire educational community.
Now I know it may be July, but here comes Santa Claus.
What?
Santa and Mrs. Claus were ready to take a small trip down from the North Pole to South Norfolk. Mrs. Claus wanted somewhere warmer, and I guess this will do.
It's
Since she was
warm
born
today.
in the southern part of North Pole, she and Santa started checking out what's happening there. They've heard about this wonderful parade here and wanted to be a part because it reminds them of North Pole, of course, without the snow.
Absolutely. But they brought a reindeer
Yes,
with them.
they did. I was wondering if Rudolph was coming. Santa always likes to get out and check on the children. He wants to remind all of the children to continue to be good and know that he is checking his list. Of course, Merry Christmas in July. Feel free to tweak if you need to, and that's Santa's words, not mine.
That's right. And we hope you've enjoyed this parade. We've had a great time bringing it to you.
We absolutely have. It's been a beautiful day, but the fun is not over yet.
Let's walk right back into the park. Plenty of shade there. Paddle boats, petting zoo, pony rides,
Food
children's
vendors,
games. Food vendors.
And
Plenty
Jeff, it's
of
been so
music.
much fun doing this
Great
again
music.
after a couple years hiatus.
Absolutely.
So
Good to be back.
Yes, thank you for joining us. And be sure to check out the festivities at the park, and we'll see you next year.
Y'all have a great 4th of July. Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America.